Oh, so yeah, maybe I was being a drama queen.
Oh no, this is really endangered food.
Yeah, so you gotta savor it while you still can. I'm Valerie.
I'm Verna.
And today we're gonna go back in time.
Back in time, like time travel.
Not quite. We're gonna hunt for dinosaurs and then we're gonna hunt for the oldest, rarest dishes in Singapore, the kind that have survived generations.
So it's like food going extinct?
It might. So we better go while we still have time.
Sounds like an adventure. Let's
go! Science Centre Singapore is known for hosting special exhibitions for the curious, and this year's might be their boldest yet. Dinosaurs Extinctions Us merges two world-class showcases into a single experience. For the first time, visitors can see two colossal giants, the 40-meter Patagotitan Majorum and Scotty the T-Rex, in one space. Beside these giants, it's clear that while the T-Rex left its mark in stone, our own living fossils back in the city are beginning to fade, which is why we're off to find these heritage flavours before they disappear. First up, we've come to the east side of Singapore, in Kaki Bukit. Some journeys are worth making, especially for a bowl like this.
So what's the story here?
We're at Lemaq, one of the only few places in Singapore that sells Laksa Siglap. Have you heard of it?
Laksa what?
This is Laksa Siglap, and Lemaq is one of the few remaining guardians of this rare Malay dish. What started as a home-based business has blossomed into a beloved store at Kaki Bukit. Driven by community support, the owners now keep heritage alive, serving traditional Malay flavours that are increasingly hard to find.
Ooh, this looks interesting. But actually, this is not what I expected.
Yeah, I know that this looks different from the typical laksa that you're thinking of. It's not your Peranakan or your Katong laksa. So, if you take a look, the texture of the noodles are different. It's more of an udon shape. These aren't your typical noodles. Handmade daily, these laksa chuck coils are a unique blend of rice and sago flour. Think of them like a thick, bouncy Japanese udon. Incredibly chewy and the perfect vessel for that rich gravy. And the soup is also of a different texture, thicker.
I realized that the soup looks more starchy than the conventional one.
Yeah, definitely it's different from the typical laksa because I can definitely taste like a stronger curry taste and a more seafood scent. What makes the gravy different is the addition of flaked fish, which gives it its signature texture, along with tamarind for a tangy kick. There are only two remaining stores in Singapore that sell Laksa Siglap. There's this and the other one in Geylang Serai.
Oh no, this is really endangered food.
Yeah, so you gotta savor it while you still can.
Wow, I've never had laksa like this before.
Well, most people haven't.
Right, what's next?
So we're gonna go to Havelock Road for a dish that is just as rare and takes 5 days to make.
5 days? That's insane.
We're now at Po Restaurant on Havelock Road, tucked inside the stunning Warehouse Hotel. The vibe here is seriously upmarket, with a sleek industrial chic interior that turns a meal into a high-end experience. Named after Po Po, the Chinese word for grandmother, Po is a heartfelt tribute to the family flavours we grew up with. It gives old-school recipes a polished, modern twist, transforming soulful comfort food through labour-intensive classics like babi tohe.
Welcome to Po Restaurant.
Hi.
What we have in front of you is actually one of our signature dish, the babi tohe.
So what makes the babi tohe so special?
This dish reflects how people used to prepare in the olden days.
We're told there's 2 major steps in the preparation of babi tohe. First is a 5-day fermentation of the red yeast paste, followed by a long, slow braise of the pork belly. Po's version honours this traditional technique while balancing it for the modern local palate. The inordinate amount of effort goes into preparing just one dish for one meal. So I'm guessing they would save this for special occasions, and that's why it's rare.
I can really see the effort and taste it.
Yeah.
It must have been in the pot for very long because it's so tender.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. It melts in my mouth.
Yeah, it does. So I ate the prawn, and I think that it's very soft, very well made. And I think the sauce is the star here as well because it's sweet and sour. There's a bit of spice to it, very savory, very satisfying. And when you eat it, there's also this like perfect blend of oil and gravy, so it's quite buttery when you swallow it as well.
I think Peranakan food will always have a place in my heart.
Do you think you can squeeze in one more dish before we head to Jurong for the exhibition?
It's possible, but what's the story here?
So we'll go to the east for a dish that brings back old school Singapore. Think hawkers on tricycles and recipes being passed down from generation to generation. Our next stop is Quentin's Eurasian restaurant and bar at the Eurasian Heritage Gallery in Katong. This cozy, family-run spot has served authentic comfort food for over 20 years. More than just a restaurant, it preserves Kristang history, the heritage of Portuguese and Malay descendants through recipes passed down from Quentin's grandparents. Finding authentic Eurasian food in Singapore is a rarity, especially home-styled dishes like sotong hitam. But today, we're here to taste another highly regarded dish, curry feng. What is the story behind this dish?
Feng actually is a very traditional dish that dates back to about 500 years ago. So at that time when the Portuguese used to travel, right, they used to carry livestock.
According to Quentin, when the officers took the prime cuts, the crew was left with the scraps. To stop anyone from complaining about the offal, the deckhands diced everything into tiny, identical cubes. This hid the undesirable bits and gave birth to the finely chopped tradition that makes Eurasian feng so unique today.
So what else is in this curry other than offals?
In the restaurants, we only use pork liver, pork heart, pork shoulder, and pork belly. You will see that there is a texture that is needed for this feng. Bon appetit, enjoy yourself.
Thank you.
Why do you look like that?
Okay, confession. I don't think I've ever had innards before. So no intestine, no heart, no kidney, no nothing.
Really?
So I'm a little bit nervous to try it.
Are you ready?
Why you take such a big portion?
You can do this.
Guys, I actually am nervous. Just do it. Oh. Okay. So yeah, maybe I was being a drama queen, so maybe it wasn't all that scary that I thought. I don't know what I was thinking. It just has a more meaty taste with a mild curry flavor.
It's nice with the bread. With the bread, it's good, right?
The meaty taste is something I'm not used to, but I'm sure that for people that grew up with this in their culture, it will be something that they enjoy. It's just a nice, savoury meal for them.
Innards are like an acquired taste.
Right.
Yeah. So maybe my parents will like this.
You can really taste the history in every bite.
Yes, and Quentin really kept his ancestors' recipe alive.
After all that food, we hit the main event at Science Centre Singapore. Walking through the gallery is surreal, especially standing before Scotty, the world's largest T-Rex, and the true showstopper, Patagotitan majorum. At 40 meters long, this titan is one of the largest land animals to ever exist. Looking up at these bones, you really feel their size. It's a reality check on how even the biggest things that walk the earth can just disappear. But we're not quite done with our food hunt as yet. We're at Bras Basah Complex, where 4 cousins are preserving their grandmother's legacy. Yibua is a traditional handmade Hainanese kueh or pastry, a labour of love central to family celebrations for generations. After their grandmother passed in 2019, they mastered the craft and opened this shop to ensure this heritage thrives for the next generation.
So why is this kueh so rare?
Oh, I heard that there is a secrecy surrounding the recipes of these Yibua kuehs amongst the Hainanese community.
What do you mean?
Representing a small minority of the community, Hainanese families often guard their secrets closely, making the labour-intensive Yibua a rarity. With the filling alone taking 3 hours to prepare, this elusive kueh is as much a test of patience as it is a vanishing craft.
If there's this cultural secrecy around this Yibua, then why was this store set up?
The store was opened by descendants of this lady, Madam Yo, who used to sell this Yibua in the 70s in Toa Payoh. So they're honouring her legacy with this store.
Val, why is there a red dot on this kueh?
When there's a red dot on it, it means that it's a special celebration, like weddings or children's first month anniversaries. And when there isn't a red dot, so it's plain, that would be something like a funeral. And also E refers to memories as well. It has a bit of an oily, smooth texture on the outside. And when I press it, it's like a bit squishy and pillowy. The flavors mix together really well. Coconut is sweet, fragrant, there's some gula melaka inside. And the ginger is a mild spice inside. Just very subtle, but you can definitely feel it. The skin itself is also a little bit sweet, which is my favorite part.
It also reminds me of tangyuan, the glutinous rice ball.
The outside is like tangyuan, correct. So, how did you enjoy our day?
I had a historically good time.
Me too! I'm so glad we got to try those rare dishes.
And every dish had a story to tell, and it's nice to know that there are people working hard to keep them alive.
See you next time on Delish Detours.
Bye!